Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 277, a Dennis Prager quote. I was listening to Dennis Prager on the radio the other day, and he actually had a question. And I thought it was actually a really good question to think about humanity, mankind, about basic good and evil, and natural law. Dennis Prager said, well, pretend you're driving through a city you don't know what the city is. You don't know the city. It's kind of a foreign city to you, and your car breaks down and you're stuck in the city, you don't know what it is, and then you see, let's say two men walking towards your car. And what if you found out those men were coming from a Bible study? Would it make you feel better, or would it make you feel worse? So I was actually thinking about that it really is interesting. Let's say you're in an unknown situation, and your car breaks down, and you're kind of in this vulnerable situation. Your car's stuck in a city that you're unsure of. It's dark, and then people start walking towards your car. Now, think about the different possibilities that you have people walking towards the car, and what would make you feel good and what would make you not feel good. So let's say you say, and let's say you found out they were coming from a Bible study. I'm quite certain that most people would think good thoughts, like they'd feel at ease, they'd feel better if they knew these guys were coming from a Bible study. Let's just say you heard that these people were coming from, an Antifa rally. I don't know if anybody knows what Antifa is, but it's this group of far leftist agitators that are assaulting people on the streets due to being politically different than them to stir up political controversy. I don't think that would make you feel better, right? Let's just say the people were coming from an AA meeting, an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. I think that would probably make you feel better because they're actually they're trying to overcome a vice of theirs, and they're trying to submit to a higher authority with regards to their bad habits. I think that would make you feel better. What if you heard they're coming from, let's say, a bar? You probably wouldn't be happy about that because they're going and they're fulfilling vices and not necessarily trying to overcome their vices. Let's just say you heard they were coming from like a church group or like a mass, that you'd feel better because they're going and they're submitting to a higher authority, they're overcoming their vices, and they're trying to create virtue in their lives. Now, they might not be virtuous people at all, but I think it would make you feel better if the people actually had an outward objective movement of trying to overcome their vices. Let's just say you heard the people were coming from, say, a pro-life rally. I don't know if anybody's ever been to a pro-life rally. I've been to lots of them. I think every single one of you would feel better that you knew they were coming from pro-life rally because those people are perhaps the most loving and obedient and virtuous people you'll ever meet in your entire life. You should feel better if you heard they were coming from a pro-life rally. What if these two men, by the way, you heard they were coming from a pro-choice rally? Well, I don't know what that would make you feel, but my suspicion is that you would be far more likely to be physically assaulted by two men coming from a pro-choice rally than two men coming from a pro-life rally. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I suspect I am not. I don't think probably anybody from a pro-life rally has ever assaulted anybody in the history of mankind, but I'm certain pro-choice people have too. They have assaulted people just based upon the political alignment that they have. Usually the left is far more violent when it comes to rallies. So but the thing is, if you want to judge a behavior in your life, right, and I think Dennis Prager is onto something here. If you want to judge a behavior that people are doing, imagine yourself in a situation in a weird city, in a very vulnerable situation, and people along the alignment of the behavior you're trying to decide come walking towards you. Will it make you feel better, worse, or indifferent? I think if it will make you feel better, it's probably a good behavior that you should model. If it make you feel worse, it's probably a bad behavior that you shouldn't model. If it makes you feel different, then you got some thinking to do about it, which means people have a very good innate sense of what's right and wrong. And that's called natural law. And so if you have a very good innate sense of right and wrong, then you can create an ordered structure with laws making the things that make you feel better when people are walking towards you as legal behavior, something that you should encourage and something that you shouldn't make illegal. Whereas people, if they walk towards you and it makes you feel very uncomfortable, it probably should be illegal behavior, at least discouraged by your society. And that, just something to think about. This isn't a video to get too deep, but I think if you actually spend some time with this and you start thinking about the political alignments of people and what would make you feel better in a vulnerable situation if two men walk towards you, I think you'd probably start realizing what is the way you're supposed to be and what's the way you're not supposed to be. That's natural law, baby. Well, anyway, this is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary. God bless you all.